Welcome back to Nature of Code in Rust and GGEZ. We are working on exercise I.9 now. We're skipping exercise I.8 because that's just playing around with the previous Perlin noise factors. And I'm also going to skip exercise I.10 because that's more of a three-dimensional exercise. I haven't figured out how I want to do three-dimensional stuff yet, so I'm just going to keep on moving forward unless I find a different game engine or a different library that I would prefer to use instead. So exercise I.9, that's add a third argument to noise that increments once per cycle through draw to animate the two-dimensional noise. So we do have the ability to have a third value to our Perlin noise function. But as we noticed, and this is just a direct copy of the previous project, if I run this, even in release mode, which will make it faster, and we do have to recompile this in release mode, it's going to take some time just to draw out a single frame. So putting this all into the update function and the draw function isn't really going to help us out very much unless we can somehow reduce the number of draws. Well, it's a single draw. Reduce the number of computations we need to do for the draw. Now, the easiest way to do that, and the way that I'm going to do it here, is I'm just going to reduce the dimensions. That's going to reduce the number of pixels that we need to draw out by quite a bit. We're almost done here. Here we go. So that's how long it takes to draw out on this canvas, which is a 1920 by 1080. So let's go ahead and drop this down. So I did some basic testing off screen, and I'm going to choose 200 by 200. It's going to be a very, very small box. If we take a look at what this is going to look like, that's going to be the size of our box. So let's go ahead and get started here. I've already changed the names of everything, so all we need to come in is convert everything that we need over here. So to begin with, we need to get our height and width, but that's really going to be for setting all this stuff in the creating the mesh, which we do need to recreate that every single frame. Now, is that true? I might be able to get ourselves a little bit of oh, you know what? I could probably help ourselves out a little bit by doing this loop in the draw function and instead have just a single mesh. That might help out just a little bit. So let's have our pixel mesh. You're going to be a type of a mesh. So we're going to just create that right here. Pixel mesh. You're going to be equal to a mesh builder. I'm going to make this a circle with a draw mode fill. Our point, I'm going to make this 0.0 and 0.0, and we're going to translate it everywhere we need to go. Our radius, same exact thing, 0.5. And our tolerance, 0.1. And our color, we're going to make this pure white. All right, so we're going to take that pixel mesh and we're going to store it away down here. All right, what else do we need? So we have that pixel mesh. We're going to need all of the colors, like basically just an array. Now this could potentially be, well, we need to recalculate that every single frame. I could use a vector of vectors to handle that. That could work out fairly well for us. I could also use a hash map. Either way, I don't really think it's going to be too terribly bad. That being said, I could help ourselves out by just doing the loop once, and we can do that in the draw loop. So to get that, we do need, so I don't need to do this mesh builder anymore. We have our mesh. We're gonna need our width and height. We should store the noise. It's gonna be a purlin. So we're gonna store the noise up here. That's width and height. Okay, what else do we need up here? Our noise incrementer. Let's actually take this too. Noise incrementer, you're an F64. Okay, so our X off, those are going to be reset every single time, but we are going to have a new Z off, which is an F64. So if I want to create a whole bunch of, let's put these in, I'm trying to think of like where I want to do this, because I can put them into the update function. And then that's going to be going through the loop once during the update loop, and then a second time during the present loop. Now in GGEZ, the update and the draw is single threaded. It's not multi-threaded, which is it's not optimal. So I kind of want to just do this all in the draw loop. So we're going to take all of this, the X off, all of this stuff, and I want to cut you out, throw you in here. All right, for our noise, that's going to be a self.noise.get. We're also going to add in the self.zoff. Okay, we don't need to create this, so our mesh builder circle, this is just for creating the mesh here. This is all for creating our color. And then we're probably going to right here do our draw. So draw it out to the screen, because now we have the coordinates of the X and the Y. And then we can translate everything over there. The noise incrementer, we also have to have a self dot. Okay. So we're good there. Mesh, we don't need this anymore. We don't want to do this draw here. And we're going to do our present somewhere else too. Okay, so this is, I think, a good starting place. In update, we do want to increment our zoff. So self.zoff plus equals to self.noise incrementer. All right, so what do we got here? We have a pixel mesh. We need our noise incrementer and noise. And our zoff, which we're going to start you with 0.0 as well. All right, so we're good to go there. We have our mesh, we need to use that. Our update is good here, and we need to use this X and Y. So we're going to do that right here. We're going to do a graphics draw, pass it in a context. We're going to pass in a reference to self.mesh, the pixel mesh. Then we're going to actually use our draw params this time. So we're going to give it a destination of, let's see, this is going to be the X and the Y. And then we're also going to give it a color of the color. And I think that's everything we need to have it all work. Let's see, what are you upset of? Oh, these need to be F32s. So as F32, as F32. Okay, no warnings, no errors. Let's see if this ends up just working. Well, I got a white screen. You know what I forgot? I forgot to present. Not having a present there is a big problem. So at the end of draw, we're going to have a graphics present, and it that context, and let's try it now. There we go, and we do see that the entire and it's animating. So we're seeing the Perlin noise move around. It's a very smooth movement, and it does sort of look like a little bit of a fogginess. It bothers me that it's a little bit blurry, but I think, as I mentioned in the last video, I think that's more of a my noise function and what we're using. And maybe some tweaking out could help out a little bit. Maybe using something else besides circles could work. Maybe I can use like a rectangle instead to draw everything. I'm not exactly sure what I would want to do. But that being said, that is exercise I.9. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna skip exercise I.10, which is, I believe, the end of the introduction chapter. So I'll see you in the next chapter and in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.